serious? What's the worst part about being the older sibling? Serious replies only. The go shower part really did it for me. To be strong in family crises. Yes, this is so annoying. I'm not only the oldest brother but the oldest cousin too. Like FFS, I am the remedial peak of humanity in this generation apparently. I am asked to do so much it's not funny anymore. When my grandpa died in 2019 from cancer, I was 14 and the oldest. Everyone look at me for shoot like bruv, I was the oldest and to him probably his favorite as we had the same hobbies, so I needed time to grieve. Didn't get that time, sorry for my rant. Oh, I felt this. This was me every time something went wrong. Mum got tax papers mixed up. Go to help her sort it out. Younger sibling can't order his own food. Go to help them out. Grandma is feeling lonely. Go to keep her company. For a long time I felt like the spare wheel, always waiting to help out. So whenever I got invited to fun or spontaneous activities I was always a little weary. The breaking point for me was when my dad passed away suddenly at his workplace and I had to drive there. Mom in tow screaming at me to go faster. When we got there I had to take care of everything. Even dealing with legal stuff etc. While my dad's body was on the ground waiting for forensics to show up. So I had to pull myself together and do the thing. Later I found out I cracked 3 molars because of the extreme pressure on my jaw. Fun times. I am in a better place now. Mentally. Therapy and yoga have helped me a lot. I still struggle but now I allow myself more grace. Edit. A word. You watch your parents become less and less strict with your younger siblings and you watch them do things you were never allowed to do. My mom backed me into a corner and sniffed me after coming back from my friend's house. My brother regularly and openly hotboxed our shed with his friends and she brought them snacks. My mum criticizes me for not being more outspoken about my opinions like my little brother and sister, forgetting that I would get beat if I was disobedient or disrespectful. You are expected to be the leader and example. As a result, the younger sibling gets away with a lot more. You're the test model. Your parents learn how to parent by freaking up with you. So they learn what not to do. Yes, with my family, I'd say being the guinea pig for everything took away some years from my life. All that stress accumulates, man. And then they gaslight you about all the ways they messed up. You are the assistant parent. And anything the younger siblings do gets blamed on you. That phrase ignites a fire in me. I've yet to get a reasonable answer to why that is ever the oldest child's job instead of the job of the people who created the kid. Why did you have another kid if you didn't want to set good examples for them? It angers me to no end when parents have multiple kids, then expect the older kids to parent the younger kids. If you can't be a parent to all of them, then don't have kids. You're the one forced to include your younger siblings in things, which is a social burden. And you have no one older than you to stick up for you and emulate being more mature. In high school I had friends that knew exactly what to expect from applying to colleges, visiting colleges, and some of them even attended college parties with their older sibling. Meanwhile I was applying to college on my own, paying application fees out of pocket, and I had to bring my 11-year-old brother with me anytime I went to the diner, mall, or movies with my friends. They pretty much stopped inviting me at one point. I guess I'm lucky enough to have siblings close enough in age to me that when I bring them along to gatherings or parties, they actually branch off on their own and socialize. I can see how your situation was awkward. My family was the opposite. If I tried to crawl up my sister's ass when she had friends over, I was told, not yours, and they are here to see her, not you. Now go find something to do somewhere away from them. They never fricking listen. Oh, my favorite is being cut off by everyone. Talking about something, nope, sister interrupts and they have a conversation for the next 10 minutes. For my mom it goes in one ear, avoid the brain like the plague, and shoots out the other ear into the garbage bin. For example, she basically guilts me every time I try to go outside or have fun. I went to a month-long summer camp and she gave me 0 to do whatever I want with, so I spent 40 and saved the rest. When I got home she shouted at me because I'm irresponsible with money, and what does a 12-year-old need that costs 0 anyway? So now when I get to have dinner with my friends I usually don't order anything and just watch them eat. You end up like a second parent if one isn't around. I was 10 when my twin sisters were born. I've changed more diapers, done more late night feedings, and general childcare for them than both my parents combined. I love my sisters. Being 12, and your friends ask you to hang out over the weekend but you can't because you have to potty train them is an experience no one should have to deal with, even if they are around sometimes. My dad is an alcoholic, so even though he was home and technically in charge when my mom was away, I was the one doing all of the actual supervision while he watched TV. The worst is that I'm expected to be great. I'm expected to have my shit together. I'm expected to be the bigger person. I'm expected to support myself. My younger brothers are not. That even when I have needed help, I'm still expected to have my shit together and be perfect. Have a job. Pay rent. Pay more rent when it's found that I have money left over, etc. But not my brothers. Edit. While this kind of blew up overnight, thank you to those who have shared your stories, and the awards. Definitely, I was expected to pull myself up by my bootstraps and earn my way through life. My sister had her car insurance paid for, had her funded, got to coast her way through college. And even now, when her and I have an argument, my parents expect me to be the bigger person to get it resolved. I feel that a lot of us elder siblings have struggles with perfectionism. I thought being the oldest had its perks, but recently I've only been able to notice all the responsibility and chores my parents push on me, even while I am taking online classes for college. It's my fault if stuff isn't done while they're at work. Don't get me wrong. I love my parents, but they can do some ridiculous things. Yes, same here. Even when a younger sibling is at home and doesn't have classes, you still need to do the majority of the work. Being the oldest does indeed have its perks, but unfortunately you won't be able to take full advantage of them until you're out on your own. I realize it's no comfort now and you don't have much of a say in your current situation, but you're the one who will know how to cook and keep your dorm apartment house looking good. You're the one who won't be intimidated by bills and laundromats, and you're the one who, if you choose to go to university, will read the syllabus at the start of the semester and plan ahead so you're not staying up all night writing a paper that isn't what it would have been if you had started early. When you start working, you'll probably work hard and have lots of opportunities. It's small consolation now, I know, but there is a payoff. My mother decided I was her best friend, emotional support animal, while my sibling got to have friends and escape. I feel that too. I was my mom's emotional support through her divorce of my biodad, who eventually left, up until she married my stepdad. Then I was a tag along. Same here. IDKY parents feel this is okay in any way. I was the target for a majority of the abuse I received at the hands of my mother. My sister had me to protect her. I didn't have anyone. Same here, mate. I was the one who got most of the beatings because I was 8 years older. I managed to get a job at 16 and ended up feeding the family for 2 years whilst my parents were unemployed. I stopped paying the bills at 18 when I left for university. I had to survive abuse alone and then help feed a family. I'm 22 now and able to be there for my younger brother, but no one was ever there for me. And I'm starting to feel no one will ever be there for me. I completely get that. As a kid, when either my stepdad would come after me or my mom would lose her shit on me, I would imagine having an older brother who would stand up for me and tell them to frick off. Now I am that older brother. But frick, did I have to grow up fast. You have to bring your younger sibling to your events. My school had a graduation for us 8th graders and that was literally the only thing that my brother did not attend, and he only did not attend because I was giving a speech. It was a great night and I was exhausted, but I was still the happiest I've ever been. Little did I know that my family was throwing a little party for me, where I would promptly be ignored by my entire family in favor of only paying attention to my brother. I have to take my brother with me practically everywhere I go, even though me and everyone I'm going to hang out with says that we don't want him with us. My mom just says we're bullying him, and while we sort of are, I never go anywhere he goes with his friends and I expect him to do the same. It's always your fault because you are older. They never even give a better damn reason. It's always just because you're older. Well, I think it's your fault because you are older than me and you are the parent, being expected to be perfect to set an example for your younger siblings, and being compared to your younger sibling. Like, yeah, it's usually him being compared to me, but then I feel bad because I hate being compared to other people, so I don't see why he wouldn't. If you succeed, you are an example that is shoved down your sibling's throat, making them feel bad. If you fail, you are an example shoved down your sibling's throat, making you feel bad. I wish parents wouldn't use their children as life lessons for others. But 1. That's just human nature, and 2. Lessons can be learned from older siblings. So although it has its negatives, I wonder if there are some positives too. You get all the blame pinned on you. Sometimes my little brother literally has to speak up to tell my parents that something was his fault and not mine. You get blamed for pretty much anything and everything, and when you try to defend yourself, it's always an OHH is your little brother sister. You have to deal with an annoying little shoot that you love and hate. Yes, they're an annoying little shoot, but they're my annoying little she. Wait, no.